There are people who believe that Calvinists deny that human beings have the ability to make their own choices. This is not the case. Human beings do, in fact, make all of their own choices. This is precisely why God holds us responsible for what we choose. However, it is true that Calvinists qualify the word free in the phrase free will. They do this because the Bible does this. Calvinists affirm that human beings are always free to choose whatever they want. In this sense, they affirm free will. Yet, at the same time, Calvinists note that human beings are only free to choose whatever they want. In this sense, our will is not as free as we tend to think. It is limited by our natural desires. To illustrate, imagine it is time to go car shopping. As you arrive at the car lot, you have the freedom to choose any color you want. However, your human nature has been shaped in such a way that you do not want every color equally. In fact, you despise both orange and yellow, and are not especially fond of brown. As a result, despite being theoretically free to choose any color you want, you will never even consider choosing orange, yellow or brown. You will choose what you most want. Your free will is a slave to your natural desires. Within the bounds of Christian theology, this means that apart from the intervention of God Himself, human beings will always choose sin. Because of the nature we have inherited from our father Adam, this is always what we most want. Unless, and until, we are regenerated by the Holy Spirit. Jesus Himself says,
Jesus replied, "Very truly I tell you, everyone who sins is a slave to sin."
Paul reinforces this when he writes,
"When you were slaves to sin, you were free from the control of righteousness."
In our slavery to sin, we were not free to choose righteousness, but were free from righteousness. It was not even an option. We were free to choose whatever we wanted, but the only thing we wanted was sin. Thanks be to God that, once we are regenerated, the Holy Spirit gives us a new heart with new desires. This then frees us to choose things we would have never chosen before, because we now want new things. Yet even with this cataclysmic change, our free will remains able only to choose what it most wants. And what it most wants is up for grabs, as our flesh and the spirit continue to war with one another over our desires.
For the flesh desires what is contrary to the spirit, and the spirit what is contrary to the flesh. They are in conflict with each other, so that you are not to do whatever you want.